Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing weight loss part 3. Everything good comes in threes, clearly. And we're going to be talking about the journey after all the weight gain. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, go ahead and do that now, and then come back, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification button. So the story continues. 143 kilos. That's going to be like my stamp now. But what made me actually find out that weight? So I noticed after a number of months that I had changed my eating a bit. I wasn't making all the best choices, but I changed my eating, and I was still gaining weight, and I was gaining weight quite rapidly. From like the beginning of 2019, and so I wasn't going on the scale to find out the weight, but I could just notice that my clothes were getting like more uncomfortable and I had to go up a size again. So I decided to start googling what I felt it could be wrong, and everything boiled down to it being potentially underactive thyroid. I ordered one of those kits you can do at home, and it basically confirmed what I had googled. But I felt like, you know what, even if I am going to get some prescriptions, whatever, I would need to go to the doctors. I really didn't pay any mind, and I didn't go to the doctors for a while, until I believe the end of August. So when I went to the doctors, I told her exactly what I felt, and why I wanted to have the blood test, and she said, oh, I just need to pop on the scale. Not paying any attention to it, jumped on. I actually didn't take any record of what it was, but she clearly was like, I feel you're gonna need to do some more tests, and made like really big emphasis on diabetes. Like how no one in my family that I know of anyway has diabetes, so I'm not about to be the person. Okay, so I did. She booked me in to see a nurse that was gonna do the blood, take the blood, and I went in a couple of days later, and they couldn't get any blood. Just my luck, you know. The cannula was too small, my veins were hard to reach, so it meant that I had to end up going to the actual hospital, which I did. I did a blood test, and they were like, oh, you get your results in 3 days. Because this dear doctor had put diabetes in my head, I literally didn't actually wait for the doctors to get back to me. I called them on the 3rd day, because I was counting down hard body, counting down. So I did that, and I was speaking to the receptionist lady, and she was like, oh, pre-diabetes. For a minute, my heart stopped. I thought, it wasn't a minute, that's an exaggeration, but I literally felt like, what? Shock, panic, everything all at once. And you know what, just because my life is dramatic like that, the film went off. That space of time literally felt like eternity, like But anyway, the nurse and the receptionist probably called me back, and she was like, oh sir, I was reading someone else's results, everything seems to be fine, and you can pick up the paperwork, or we can post it to you. I was like, no problem, I'll come and get it. Literally just pause, because in as much as I could hear the fact that she said everything was alright, that pre-diabetes like scenario just couldn't leave my head, and I literally was like, you know what, Abs, you need to fix up. You are not doing good and right by yourself. So I remember I went that day to, I think it was JD Sports, one of the sports stores, and I bought some trainers. I knew that, okay, I had some gym wear at home already, so I was going to go to the gym. I had been paying for the gym, mind you, for about 2 years, and I hadn't been once. Only me. So anyway, I got myself together, went to the gym, but something really peculiar happened. I got there and I really couldn't go in. I got really anxious. Everything was flooding back to me, and I actually started crying because I literally just remembered where I started from before, and the fact that I had gone so far behind now. Like, I was worse than my first start. So like, going through all of that again was taunting. I literally stood out there for over an hour, deliberating, going back and forth, talking on the phone, pretending to talk on the phone, yes, because people were looking at me, so I didn't want to look crazy. And then I eventually went in, and this is literally like an hour. I went in, but you know what, I feel everything happens for a reason, because when I went in, as I got in, I met someone that used to work in the gym when I used to go there. She was like, oh my god, how are you, longest time. It was so nice to see a friendly face and a familiar face, and she was like, oh, I'm about to do a class, jump in. If it was up to me, I'd have been like, no, but I just felt like, you know what, you want to break back into this, you like classes, jump into the class. It was a spin class. Who sent me? Like literally, who did I think I was? The class almost killed me. It almost killed me. I literally, look, I'm a dark-skinned baby girl. I was bruised between my thighs after that class. I literally felt like my heart was pumping faster than it should be, and it was going to come out. My lungs felt like they weren't taking enough air. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. But because of my pride, I wasn't coming on bike. No, that wasn't about to happen. So I endured the pain. And afterwards, she was like, oh my god, you did such a great job. I think she knows the fact that I was almost like passing out. And she was like, oh, so what's up? What's good? And I'm like, I need help. She's like, what's the matter? I basically gave her the lowdown of what happened at the doctor's. And she's like, no problem, I do personal training sessions. If you just need to get your mojo back, let's do this. And I believe like 2 days later, we started doing our sessions. And on that first day, she's like, let's see where we're starting from. So I went onto the machine that does your weight, does your body fat percentage, your muscle mass percentage and everything. And I remember looking at that figure when it came up, and tears just rolling down. So I say the 143 kilos now with a smile, but I remember when I saw that for the first time, noticing it, seeing it live and direct, I felt like the world was on top of me, that I had reached rock bottom. But you know what, having the right people around you makes the world of difference, because her attitude was like, that's where you're starting from, that's not where you're gonna be, so like, cool, let's write it down, let's take a picture, and we're gonna work on this. So she kept me, like, she lifted my spirit up a little bit, but it was digging at me that, oh my god, you've let yourself go this much. We started the sessions, like I was doing 4 days a week, so I made sure I did something that was realistic. 4 days a week. I started off with doing 3 days with her and 1 day by myself, where I was replicating what we had done before. And I was dragging the people with me, so I didn't feel crazy doing some exercises without the machine and people looking. I know a lot of people feel that way when they go to the gym. Yeah, I said it, I feel that way. So yeah, so that happened. We were working, got a nutrition plan, was eating good, was feeling good, was anticipating my next weigh-in, which is going to be at the end of the month. Or actually, yeah, it was every 4 weeks we said we were going to be doing the weigh-in. And after the first month, I was so proud to note that I had lost 8 kilos. I was feeling like a boss. Hey! And then I happened, second month, another 8 kilos. I was like, hey, go Abby, go Abby, go Abby, go. Third month, 7 kilos. Like, I was on fire. And then literally, I remember she then said to me, oh, I've got something to tell you. And I was like, oh, what's up? She's like, oh, I'm going to go and open the gym in, I don't remember the area, but I'm going to be relocating with my family. And I was like, huh? Say what? Because literally it almost felt like when the gym classes stopped was happening again, and I'm like, no, get thee behind me, Satan, like this can't be happening. But she's like, you know what, I'm invested in your journey, so I'll stay in touch and I'm gonna link you up to another trainer. So she linked me up to another trainer who was also a boxer, because one of the things I did do a lot of was boxing alongside obviously the endurance weights and all of that. So hooked up with the guy, started doing it, working hard as usual. He used to do my weighing every week, and that in itself started to make me feel a certain way, because I was so used to seeing the big drops that when I then was doing it on a weekly basis, and it was only like 1 kilo or 0.5 kilo, or I gained 0.5, and so that kind of like discouraged me a little bit. But he was saying to me, like, you know what, all this means is that it amplifies and lets you know what you need to do the following week if you need to work on your nutrition. Because not only was he looking at my weight, he was always looking at my muscle gain and my fat reduction, and that essentially was the key, because there were weeks where I didn't move in weight but my muscle mass increased by like 1%. That's a major achievement. So he was making me know that the scale number is not the only achievement. The changes in your body, and that is also very important, because not only do I want to lose weight, I also want to tone up, so they work hand in hand. So it kind of made me feel a bit relaxed, you know. We're doing it. I was feeling good, and then anti-corona came into the picture. And I literally just felt like, hell no, am I gonna undo everything I've worked hard for the last few months? No way. And then I felt a bit ill, so I wasn't doing anything for literally like a week and a half, but I was still maintaining the nutrition plans that I had now formulated, knowing more about food and reading more about food and seeing how I react to certain foods. And then after that, I decided to join Shredder Gang. They are on Instagram. They were doing a 2-week detox program, and I felt like, you know what, being the fact that I've been ill, I think I need to do something to kickstart my weight loss, especially because I was beginning to like just flat out and not lose any weight. So the 2 weeks program, the first week was a detox week, the second week was incorporating my normal diet essentially, but also with a twist of African dishes. Healthy African dishes. I'm actually going to do a video showing you some of those dishes actually. So I did that for the 2 weeks, and in the 2 weeks I lost 7 kilos. And I literally felt on top of the world. It was a mixture of doing exercises and that, and through that I had a new bestie in terms of exercises, my skipping rope. I have never been so like thrilled as to how something so small could be so effective. So I was literally doing 1,000 skips a day, and even after the program I carried on doing that alongside some of the YouTube videos, and I can definitely tell you it works. It works. I challenge you guys actually, 1,000 skips a day, do it for a week and comment below and tell me how it goes. Literally, it absolutely works. Eat good as well though, because 80% of your weight loss is definitely down to your diet. But you know what, I am definitely going to cover idea. I'm gonna do besides obviously showing you the African dishes, I definitely will be doing a video that shows you generally what I eat on a daily basis and one of my workouts, so you get to see me sweating, not glammed up, like the hard work behind the scenes. And I can't wait for you to see that, because you know what, yeah, the journey is still going on. We are still losing, now under 100 kilos. And we have a lot more to go. So I'll catch you soon. Take care. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye.